Meghan Markle was a guest speaker in 2016 at a bloggers conference and suffered an awkward moment when no one wanted to ask her a question. Meghan Markle has done many public speeches, and in 2016, before she was catapulted into the fame she has today, she appeared at Create Cultivate's blogger conference in Atlanta. Meghan, who was at the time working as an actress in Suits and writing on her website Thannk, was given a platform to discuss her experiences and share knowledge about the industry. A clip has resurfaced of the event, showing an awkward moment when a QA was opened up to the floor and there was a very obvious silence. Express.co.uk spoke exclusively to body language expert Judy James, who analyzed the footage and gave her thoughts. The host, who was sitting across from Meghan, said, "So we're going to take a few questions from the audience. Who has a question?" Meghan interrupted, "They have no questions, they just want their cocktails," and the host added, "I think you dropped all the knowledge." Meghan continued, "I'm a chatty gal, I know." Silence then followed before the host reiterated, "No questions? Guys? Not even a question about Mike Ross, that surprises me." Meghan laughed. "I got to tell you, there's nowhere I can go without people going, oh. There we go. Please tell me it's not a Mike Ross question." The host said, "We're going to get you a mic. We're going to have to get more drinks in you guys, loosen you up, just kidding." Meghan continued, "I swear 4 people asked me, do you want some champagne? Do you want some champagne? Meghan, do you want some champagne?" I was like, no I'm good, no I'm good. And then it just appeared. "We should have got your wine, it would have been so appropriate," the host commented, referencing her love of Tignanello, which her website The Tig was named. Meghan added, "No, bubbles are always a win," before turning to the lady in the audience and asking, "Hi, what's your name?" The lady then asked Meghan, "Today I've noticed that we've talked a lot about motivation and following your gut. Meghan, I was wondering if you could speak a little bit about the very conservative type of business that's very much alive, and how you manage feminism and being feminine." Meghan replied, "Oh, this one is so interesting, and that's a great question, thank you. And it's not about Mike Ross, I just think they are not mutually exclusive. For those of you that didn't hear, she was asking how you balance being a feminist and being feminine, and I had written an article for the Irish Independent, which is a big newspaper in Ireland, about that exact thing because I had been really fortunate enough to meet with a lot of incredibly powerful women. Of course, you can still be a woman and want to present yourself well and look beautiful, and it doesn't lessen the fact you're standing up for something that's incredibly important." Judy watched the clip and said, "This is an awkward moment, with Meghan showing some of the more dominant leadership skills to take over when the session risks giving the impression of falling flat when there are no questions at the end. This kind of tumbleweed moment is annoying because the longer the pause the more it makes it look as though your talk was so dull nobody can think of anything to ask. Good conference hosts should get some of their team ready with questions to avoid moments like this, and they also need to be ready with the mics to pick up the questions that do usually come once the ice has been broken. Meghan is right to talk through this then, as sitting in silence would create a low point for what has probably been an interesting talk," she added. Her tone does suggest some impatience and maybe even irritation though, as she holds her own leg and talks about the audience to her host rather than communicating directly with them as she tends to these days. She throws in the phrase, "I'm a chatty girl with tea."